Chateau de Purnon was designed to be admired.
From far and up close.
As the reawakening of the chateau's exterior reaches its climax,
Our minds have turned to how we might illuminate Purnon at night.
lighting an historic building raises many challenges.
With no near neighbours, it can be tempting to overlight the chateau. This would be a huge mistake, not only for reasons of cost, but we don't want to hide the night sky. Light pollution can disturb bats, owls and other creatures, and consume huge amounts of electricity. So what exactly are we looking for? We want to draw out features of the chateau facades and enable our visitors to come and go safely. We don't want glare inside the chateau from external lighting. And we want cabling and fittings to be concealed where possible. And when visible, the light fittings must be sympathetic to the chateau's spirit. With our lighting partner and our heritage architect, we've been exploring the possibilities for over a year. Come with us on this illuminating journey.
We are finally at the stage where we are ready to start working on a lighting plan for the exterior of the chateau. This has been a long time coming. There has never been lighting on the facade of the chateau. So the plan today is to do a test, and we have lots of different positions that we're going to place the lights. My very first job before night falls tonight is to run some temporary power to each of the points where we would like to do the testing. So I'm going to show you a plan of how we're going to run our testing tonight, and I'm going to show you the product that we're going to use. So this is going to be our power. Our architect has given us some very specific instructions about the positioning that he would like us to test the lighting in. And the lights we are going to use have been sent to us from our dear friends at Corston. So these are their large spotlights, and we've got them in two colours.
Bronze, c'est assez joli.
Je préfère le bronze.
Ouais, moi aussi, je trouve. Et ça, Agathe aussi. Alors, si Agathe et Felicity sont d'accord, donc ça veut dire que.
Oui, exactement.
Hein, on est d'accord, Tim. On n'a pas le droit de dire quoi que ce soit.
La vie est plus simple comme ça.
C'est exactement ça.
So here on this level of the facades, our architect has asked that we run a test from the terrace, one light that lights the bottom half of the facade and then one light that lights up onto the first floor. But the consideration here will be, can we do that without shooting too much light into the salle à manger, into our dining room, which is positioned right here. So that's the first position. Our second testing position is going to be here on the corner of the facades, and the question is going to be, can one spotlight light the entire eastern side and one spotlight light the entire western side? And if so, is it from here in the corner, is it straight on, or is it more central? We are then going to come down here into the moat. We are just looking at half of the chateau at the moment, at this, the eastern moat, because the western moat still has scaffolding in it, as you saw last week. One option is to light the facades directly on, so centre the light. And then I think the other option is to light them from the corner, and so one from the northeastern corner and then one from the southwestern corner. And so it will be really interesting to see how that turns out. I'm also interested to see if these lights are actually strong enough to light the entire facade, or how many lights it takes to light the facade. But we have one more position that we're going to light tonight. Come and have a look at this. Of course, to finish off the bridge, it needs beautiful lighting. So some of the lighting here has actually already been installed. We needed to encase the lighting on the side walls of the bridge, and that had to be done before the level of the bridge itself was done so that all the wiring could go under, and then also before the render went on the walls. So those lights have actually already been encased. But we have 2 other lights from Corston, 2 other smaller spotlights, and with those we would like to find the right position to light the lions. So this would be if they were sitting kind of at terrace level, but one was sitting on the facade low and the other was sitting high.
So do you want one to be low or high?
You go high, I'll go low. So I think that it's pretty clear straight away that this is unlikely to be our best option, given that there's not enough distance from the terrace to get the light high enough on the first floor.
And the stone ledge beneath the first floor, yeah, creates this quite unpleasant shadow just above it.
Yeah, exactly.
Like it's certainly illuminating quite clearly what it's aimed directly at, but it's not spilling very far.
Exactly. And I think it would be quite bright in the dining room. So the second position that I wanted to test is from one light from the corner.
Okay, so you want to try one first?
Yep.
And then maybe try with 2?
Yep. Wow. Woo. It's amazing how much light that one light gives off. It's a lot more powerful than I expected.
Yeah, you know what I like about it is compared to the light that was here sort of on the terrace right in front of the chateau, that light was so bright, it was so white.
Yeah.
Whereas this, because it's a bit further away, it's just such a softer light.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think the negative of this current position is that you get a lot of shadow on the central pavilion.
But what if you had a second light?
What do you think of that?
So the first thing is they're not quite pointing the same. So my one, if the eastern one, is lighting much more of the edge than yours is over there.
Good point. I feel like yours is in a better position than mine. Like there?
That's certainly better. I would say that's pretty, trying to allow for the scaffolding, I would say that's pretty fair.
That looks amazing. What do you think of that, babe?
It's pretty impressive.
Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful, isn't it?
It is. And the question is the shadow falls right on basically on the downpipes.
Yeah. There's the shadow that's created by the decorative feature on top of the bust niche. It's the edge of that that's creating the shadow.
Yeah. So I'm going to start by pivoting it a bit more to the east. So what happens?
So it gets darker where the statue niche is.
Okay, now I'm going to tilt it back and just go a bit further.
The shadow remains, but the facade gets brighter in the central section. So if you move your light to the edge, even to the outside of the terrace wall, so then you lose the shadow of the decorative feature on top of the niche that we were talking about.
Because we're more front onto it.
Yeah, it's actually really beautiful. Then the final one that I wanted to test, which I don't think is going to work now, but why not? Let's give it a go. I wanted to do just one in the centre and see if that kind of was enough to do the whole chateau.
Okay. So it's bright in the centre. It's a bit further back, so the light washes it goes a bit higher. You see Henri Carte on the top of the dormer. Because it's straight on, there's no shadows anywhere. And it's like right in your eyes when you come out. I feel like it's a bit of a shame to so strongly light the centre and to let the wings fall into darkness.
Yeah, I feel the same. I feel like it's too much of a spotlight on the centre. I think we have a winner.
I do like the absence of shadow. There's a kind of purity to this, but I do think it comes at a cost.
So
Let's go and have a look in the moat.
To the moat. Okay, anyway, enough of being idiots. This looks amazing. Do you want me to turn the one over in that corner on?
Yes. So firstly, we can't see high because we need to be above the moat wall. And I want to see what shadow it's casting here where the wing meets the central core. But it's pretty bright down here.
It's quite nice, isn't it? I think let's judge all the positions, choose our favourite position, and then I'll go and film it from above and see what it looks like from up there.
So let's switch that one on.
Okay.
And then I think we'll have to go up to see it.
How's that, babe?
I feel it's lighting the wall a lot more than it's lighting the chateau.
You know, we don't need it lighting the moat wall, so why don't I move this one centrally and you move your one more central as well?
Like here?
Yeah, in the corner there.
I think the questions here on this side of the chateau are really twofold. One is, do we want to have just one light on the eastern side and not two, like you've got at the moment?
Yeah.
Or would we rather have two lights, like we did then? I think we need to look at the eastern side lit with two lights from standing up there.
Okay.
And then I think we need to come and maybe light it with one light. And then we need to start thinking about the back.
Okay. So what do you think?
I feel that the eastern side's lit quite nicely. I feel that the central one that's the equivalent of the front facade one here at the back, it's closer to the facade and it's deeper and pointing up. It's not as gentle and attractive a light as the one at the front is. It's casting slightly, like it's lighting the bottom stronger than the top. But what do you think?
I think it's quite nice because if we moved the lights up to here, then we wouldn't get the bottom of the base of the chateau lit here in the moat.
Yeah, that's true.
And I think it's really nice having them down in the moat because you get that depth of the moat.
Yeah, I think that's true.
So you sort of get the drama of the moat.
Yeah.
I think there's a small section between the gutter on the first windows on the left that is just not lit as much, so I think that the light needs to come slightly towards us. And then I'm going to turn the lights on the bridge as well, which will address some of that shadow at the bridge as well.
Well, that was really special to see the chateau lit like that for the first time, certainly the first time since we've arrived, and the first time in the chateau's history that it's had lighting like that illuminating the facade. Yeah. And I suppose it reminds us that, like all the projects here, we really need to take the time to do things properly, to step back, to plan, to draw on the right advice, to do some tests sometimes, just to make sure we get the very best outcome that we can.
Yeah, and I mean, theoretically, we could have lit the chateau earlier than now. We had obviously issues with redoing the main power supply and so on, but we could have done it after that. But we did try a solar solution and we were exposed to the limitations of solar. So for me, I think this process is made even more special by working with our partners, and Corston have been so wonderful and we really enjoy working with the specialists there.
Now this week for our Patreon and YouTube members, we have something very special. We've uncovered a cache of journals that date back to before and during the French Revolution. So we're going to explore those in a little bit more detail.
And so another exciting milestone reached here this week at Chateau de Purnon. But as always, if you would like to follow the restoration of Chateau de Purnon more closely, we post frequent updates on Instagram. We post an exclusive weekly video for our YouTube and Patreon members. Otherwise, just hit the subscribe button, turn on your notifications, and we'll keep you updated here.